Each year, the Juvenile Welfare Board hosts a Children's Summit in partnership with St. Petersburg College and their Institute for Strategic Policy Solutions. A morning of Pinellas County leaders and community gathering to celebrate and review the work and accomplishments of JWB and our partners from last fiscal year. Accentuated by the annual report video, the theme for the 5th annual event was Leading the Way, highlighting JWB's leadership role in the community.
Well, good morning and welcome. On behalf of the Juvenile Welfare Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome you to the 2018 Juvenile Welfare Board's Children's Summit. My name is Susan Ralston, and I'm Vice Chair of the Board of Directors, and our Chairman, Brian Ongst, couldn't be here today, so he sends his regrets. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Tanja Williams, President of St. Pete College, to give this year's host welcome.
Good morning, everyone. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. That would be the folks in this room. It would be you who have taken the time to invest in our future, to make sure that we don't leave any children behind. And so JWB and all of you and all of us, I am so proud that SPC is a member of this group and plays an active role in our community. Thank you so much for choosing SPC and for being here today, and thank you for saving the lives of our children.
As the crowd applauded the words of our host, Mrs. Ralston returned to the stage to recognize dignitaries and community leaders before turning it over to JWB's Chief Executive Officer.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our CEO, Dr. Marcie Biddleman.
Good morning, and thank you, Susan. So this is our 5th year of the Summit, the Juvenile Welfare Board Summit. And we have chosen to show you in picture form, to show you a video of who we are and what we do. Because to be candid, that's the only way we can show you the children, which is what this is all about. And they're either in school or doing something else or too young to come, or but for this particular event, I really want to acknowledge all of you who actually and every day look to the faces of children, to the families, certainly to the parents. Good news or bad news, you're in there trying to help and make sure that this is a better place for children. We're going to dim the lights, and we're going to take a look at some of the best of JWB, our children.
For over 70 years, the Juvenile Welfare Board has been leading the way for partnerships, innovation, and advocacy.
Everything that we do here at the Juvenile Welfare Board is about helping children to become the leaders of the future. They are the next generation, and they're going to make the difference.
At this time, we're going to move on to turn this over to actually members of our board. And they are poised to present one of our 3 collective initiatives. So you're going to hear a little bit more about those. And they're going to
Division Chief Jim Millican was the first board member to present on the topic of preventable child deaths. He highlighted the magnitude of the problem and the collective work being done.
Good morning. In 2015, JWB led a collective group that launched the Prevent Needless Deaths campaign, with a vision of eliminating deaths of children under the age of 6 from dying from the 3 leading preventable causes. Those are suffocation due to unsafe sleep, drowning, and abusive head trauma. One of the first tasks was to analyze the data, and some of the findings included, on average, a healthy baby dies every month in Pinellas County. which is one too many, right? Over the past 10 years, 102 babies have died from sleep-related suffocation. To put that number into perspective, that's nearly 6 empty kindergarten classrooms full of children.
As a result, the Sleep Baby Safely campaign and website were created, and new partners, to include birthing hospitals and first responders, came to the table.
On behalf of St. Petersburg Fire and Rescue, it really is, we see it as a privilege to be partnered with the JWB, so we can't thank you enough for that opportunity. When I grew up as a paramedic, it was in this Southside St. Petersburg was my zone, and that's where I cut my teeth, and I quickly learned that it had a high concentration of children. Now, what I didn't know at the time is that same area would be the leading area for child-related deaths from unsafe sleeping. So when we first saw the materials from JWB, they came to us through the county as they distributed some of that stuff. I knew as an organization that we had to do more than simply just distribute those items out, because all of these incidents that we're still running today that are impacting responders that have to answer it, parents that will never get past the trauma, are completely preventable. And that's what weighs on us a lot is when we go to those types of tragedies and know that all the training couldn't have prevented it or helped it, but certain education on the front side would have been the difference maker. And finally, the other thing we partnered with the JWB on we're very proud of was a public service announcement. And that's really the goal, is to strike a very strong message with the community on the dangers of safe sleeping, or not sleeping the baby safely. And they've done a tremendous job on that PSA. We premiered it at St. Pete City Council when St. Pete in October declared a proclamation of Sleep Baby Safely Month. And I'm also pleased to announce that the county as a partner will be declaring in January that 2019 will be Sleep Baby Safely year for Pinellas County. So.
Please let's give Chief Ian Womack, St. Petersburg Rescue, and all the JWB staff for not only putting this program together, but making it happen. Here to provide an update on grade level reading is Lori Matway, Pinellas County School Superintendent, and Freddy Williams, President and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club at Suncoast.
Reading on grade level by 3rd grade is one of the most important predictors of high school graduation and career success. Yet, nationwide, only about 1/3 of our children achieve that milestone. In 2015, in response, JWB partnered with Pinellas County Schools and other county partners to launch the Early Readers, Future Leaders Pinellas campaign for grade level reading.
This local campaign has received accolades as a national bright spot, and several members of the task force have been honored as national grade level reading champions. Plus, a new approach called Lectio has been adopted.
Lectio is an evidence-based approach to raise literacy rates and programs in communities. It provides proven tools and approaches to support efforts and promote literacy for all children, to ensure measurable impact.
Wrapping up the presentation on JWB's collective initiatives, board member Michael McCurack shared some startling statistics on childhood hunger.
Children in Pinellas County go hungry every day. Worrying about where and when they'll receive their next meals, not knowing where they're coming from, over 36,000 children are considered food insecure, and 7,000 chronically hungry. The JWB and our partners are working collectively to fill the gap, so all children have access to nourishing food during the summer, weekends, and holiday breaks.
Some successful efforts of the group include a 43% increase in the number of sites where nourishing food is accessed during summer, and hundreds of thousands of free meals given to kids with the help of several charities.
The Kind Mouse is a local charity that serves hungry children in our county, and they do it in enlisting youth volunteers. With the support of the JWB, they produced and professionally recorded the original song titled, "Mommy, I Don't Mean to Be Rude."
Mommy, I don't mean to be rude.
time, I would like to invite Beth Houghton to speak about our weekend backpack program and teen food insecurity study.
Thank you. Good morning. First, I'd like to say that it's been a genuine pleasure that the St. Pete Free Clinic and I were at the table when this collective effort began. And the JWB helped all of us keep our eye on the ball, and that was on the kids and getting the kids the food that they needed. So by working together, 4,000 more children each year have received weekend food. I think that deserves some applause.
Vice Chair Susan Ralston, please, and Marcie, CEO of the JWB, please join us.
Then JWB CEO Dr. Marcie Biddleman and Board Vice Chair Susan Ralston took the stage as Mr. McCurach bestowed a special award on fellow board member, the Honorable Bob Dillinger.
Well, I'm honored and humbled. Out of tragedy, we decided we could either suffer or we could make a change. And we decided to make a change.
His tireless work with Nourish to Flourish, the organization he established in the honor of his late daughter, Beth, feeds thousands of hungry children each year. He is JWB's Child Hunger Champion.
The theme that we had adopted for today is leading the way. And for more than 70 years, that's what JWB has done. We've been the first to tackle some complex problems for children dating back to the 1940s. But leadership takes a leader. And at the helm of our ship is Marcie Biddleman. And I want to take the opportunity to thank Marcie and her executive staff and the men and women of JWB for moving us from the role of just a funding agency to an agency that's concerned about convening, problem solving, leading in thoughts, and serving as a role model. With that, thank you for your commitment to our communities, to Pinellas County, for your leadership and your partnership with JWB as we work to strengthen and collectively improve the futures of all Pinellas County children. Have a happy holiday season, and in this rainy weather, drive safely. Thank you.
As another informative and moving Children's Summit comes to an end, guests are left with a feeling of belonging, accomplishment, and pride, knowing they are all part of improving the lives of children and strengthening community.